Hi everyone, welcome back. So today we're going to talk about getting a job. I know how scary that is because I've had to go through it so many times myself, let me tell you. And it's not fun or relatively simple because there's no set guide on how to get a job as a trans person. Somebody should write a guide. Not me, because I do not have like a set way of definitely securing employment. But I can tell you about my experience, and hopefully that will help you on your journey to getting a job, because jobs are important. They give you money for important things like, I don't know, buying cereal or socks. I mean, I don't know what is important to your life. I'm not going to impose my values though. So when you're first considering places to look at, a good thing to do would be to research the company that you want to work for. Are they LGBT friendly? Are they specifically trans friendly? What are their, non-discrimination clauses like? A really good resource that I have found is going on to the Human Rights Campaign, which you can do online, and looking for the company or business and see what their rating is. The Human Rights Campaign goes through and gives each business a rating, and they rate them on how proactive they are, how much of an advocate they are, what their policies are. And so a business with a lower number, you're probably going to have less of an easier time getting into or either being accepted at your workplace. So that's something to consider. I highly recommend using it. I will drop a link in the description of this video so you guys will have that. So say you found a job, you're online and you found a couple places and you have, filled out the application, you're going to submit your resume. Do you put in your resume and your cover letter that you're trans? Do you not? Do you wait till the interview? Honestly, that's all up to you. It depends on where you're applying and how comfortable you are stating that you're trans on any sort of written application. When I applied for an internship with the New York Civil Liberties Union, I did disclose that I was trans in my cover letter because I knew that the New York Civil Liberties Union was a trans advocate, so I was much more comfortable providing that information knowing that it would not be used against me. For my current employment, however, I did not disclose that I was trans until after I had already gotten both of the jobs. I felt that waiting till after I had secured a position, so they knew who I was, they knew my skills, they knew what I could bring to the job and to the team, and that if they liked all of that about me, they wouldn't care if I was trans, or gay, or queer, or pan, or anything. It wouldn't matter at that point. That's what my theory was going into it, and so far it's worked. I came out as trans to both of my bosses, and everyone was super okay with it. Telling your manager, telling like the highest person up is the way to go, because what that forces them to do is to tell everyone else, and then enforce having equality and acceptance in the workplace. If you specifically feel that you'd rather talk to everyone in your office or, place of employment separately, you can definitely do that. I chose to disclose mine through email. Once I'd gotten the job, I messaged or I emailed both of my managers. I told them what was up. I told them what my preferred name was, my pronouns, and asked them if they had any questions, that they could definitely talk to me about it. And from there, I assumed that they went and talked to the rest of my coworkers. Because in both cases, when I went in on my first day, everyone was using he, him, his for me. People were correcting other coworkers if they had a pronoun slip up. So that was really great. I feel very fortunate that I had that experience. I feel fortunate that my employers were as accepting as they were, because certainly there are lots of cases where that's not going to work out, and that is a real possibility even when you do come out to your employer, that they may find a reason to fire you. And that's perfectly valid in a lot of states, that even though they can't fire you based on like gender or sexual orientation, they can find another reason, but that's just the underlying reason, because no one wants to say that they're actually firing a trans person. It'd be really bad PR. So that's my experience. If you have any questions about applying for a job or how you should go about that, especially with either talking to coworkers or coming out to your management, feel free to message me or drop a comment below in the comment section. You know, I just wanted to share my experience, and hopefully that could help somebody else. And if it does, let me know. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. I hope you've learned something. Maybe. Alright, see you later. Wink.